Story time, another dating segment. So I was dating this guy exclusively for, I want to say it was almost 3 or 4 months. And abruptly, he has 2 kids, divorced. His children's mother decided she didn't want to let him see his daughters anymore. So he was confiding in me. He was actually crying, like physically, visibly crying about it. He was very hurt and, emotional. So I suggested to him, I was like, why don't you go to the magistrate? Why don't you file papers? Because for me, if someone took my kids away from me, I'd be sleeping at the magistrate's, office, anticipating a court date, to rectify the situation. So I suggested that to him. I was like, why don't you go to the magistrate, file papers? She's violating the court orders. You're supposed to get, every other weekend or whatever their agreement was. So, but instead of doing that, he wanted to spend more time with me and my kids. And, he was just constantly just wanting to do activities for us, take us out to eat, spend money on us. And then I thought to myself, I was like, I asked him, I said, are you paying child support? He said, no. I said, well, why the heck not? Like, why aren't you paying child support? I don't understand. He's like, well, she's never asked me for anything. I'm like, she doesn't have to. Like, how are the girls eating and feeding and wearing clothes and, like, you know, school supplies, like, just their livelihood? Like, you have to pay child support. I was just so perplexed, flabbergasted, just, I couldn't believe what he had told me that, and his reasoning behind not paying child support. I was like, you know what, let me give you 30 days. And within this 30 days, I need you to pay child support and show me signs that you're paying child support. Go to the magistrate and file some kind of documentation, paperwork, for visitation for, a court date so that you can stop crying about not seeing your girls. And, then come back to me because, I don't want to be with someone that, I'm over here struggling trying to get child support from my kids' fathers and, have issues in that area and dating a man who wants to take care of me and my kids but neglect his own. It didn't sit well with me. So anyway, you won't believe that after the 30 days, he didn't do anything. He didn't pay child support. He was trying to still spend time with me and my kids and do things for us while continuously neglecting his own. So I ended that situation. But I'm just like, I feel like I hear this story a lot of men wanting and willing to do things like that for women and children who are not his own. Why is that? Like, it's just really, I don't get it. Anyways, just wanted to share another one of my dating stories.